Good afternoon to you. This is David Return with Bouncing Triad, Body, Mind, and Spirit. Run a little late today. That's how the day's been going. Saying good afternoon to you and borrowing again from E.T., Eric Thomas, the hip-hop preacher, TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. A new way to start, new time to get started and get off to a good week and have things happen for you. So before we do that, what is balancing the triad? We all face challenges in life, from the minor ones, such as maybe trying to find your car keys, sleeping in, to the major ones, such as dealing with a major health diagnosis. I found out the importance of working on my body, mind, spirit when I went in for a simple biopsy for the tumor in my sinus. There was complications. I woke up at ICU with a bunch of tubes coming at me. When I found out I was in ICU, my reaction was, okay. I went back the following week, got a cancer diagnosis, which I was actually okay with as well. Had more complications, had to stay in the hospital, and went back the following week for the surgery. Didn't know I was going to have the surgery till almost the last minute. And didn't know if they're going to have to remove part of the eye or part of the brain, but they ended up going all through the sinus. It ended up being an 8-hour surgery and several days in the hospital. I was able to handle it all for, I guess, kind of grace and ease. So what I am sharing with you is some tips and stuff that I've gone through, so that way there you can handle the challenges you go through a little better. Now, so the ones you will go through, the ones you're going through, as well as better formulate the ones that you've gone through in the past as well. So today, we are continuing what I've covered before, so kind of the steps going through to start working on your triad. So first, understand basically what the triad means to you. You want to take an honest look as to where you're at. Figure out what it is you really want, because most people don't. Then you got to figure out, are you ready and willing to do it? And then what's your long-term goal? As I mentioned, one of the questions I have with clients on one of their health assessment forms is, if you had a wand and you can do 3 wishes, what would those wishes be? That is kind of your area for your long-term goals. You have that vision for where you want to be at. Now, the next step is to take the long-term goal and break it down to short-term goals. Now, with that, especially if you have those 3 wishes, normally there's one that's going to be centralized that's going to be more important to you. And sometimes there's going to be one of them that can actually carry over to the other 2 as well. So you take care of this one, that actually works on the other 2. But regardless, take your big long-term goal and break it down to figure out which one of those element of it is going to be most important to you, the one you want to work on, and then break that down to small goals. Now, it could be micro goals, which we're going to talk about in a completely different topic for right now. I don't want to go into that right now. But short-term goals. Let's say you want to start losing weight or start trimming up, because weight, your scale lies to you all the time. So let's say you want to start trimming up and get down several inches. Short-term goals. Okay, you got to figure out, okay, what type of exercise you're going to do. What type of nutrition are you going to do? So with those, you got to break these down to smaller goals. So it may be, okay, if you're traveling a lot or if you work, okay, what type of exercises? Is it going to be walking? Do you got to get some shoes? Do you got to get some exercise clothes? Do you need to figure out what type of routine you're going to do? If it's nutrition related, what about breaking things down? Okay, what are some meal plans you can follow? What are the foods you need to cut out? If you're working on meditation, what is the type of meditation you want to do? There's several, or pick about 5 of them out and practice those. That's the idea of taking the short term and kind of whittle them down and say, okay, what are the steps that I can take to start working on those? And you can work on it. If you follow me, you know I'm big on baby steps. So take you to small baby steps. And well, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, so maybe I will right now. We can do what are called micro goals. I've used this in the past videos. So if you're going to start walking, well, maybe your first micro goal maybe to get a pair of walking shoes. Then maybe step 2, maybe you have to actually get some walking clothes. Something's going to be better than maybe just jeans or something like that in there, or whatever's going to work for you. Then you have to plan out a route, and then maybe the first day you actually get up and get dressed and go to the front door, and that's as far as you make it. Maybe the next time it is, you actually go out to the door, maybe to the front yard or something like that, then you come back. And then over a week, you might actually go for maybe a walk around the block. But that's a way to break it up short-term goals. And you want to have something you're going to go and you have a always a fun when it gets tongue twisted like this. And here we talk about SMART goals. Specific. So if you're going to go for a walk, you're going to walk for 1 mile. Measurable. You can either have your GPS or some type of Garmin or device which can measure how far you walked. Achievable. Achievable is probably, for most people, unless you get some other health issues, you might not be able to do it, but you know it can be done. Is it realistic? Yeah, you think you can walk a mile. And it's a timetable, which means you're going to start doing this tomorrow. Those are kind of the aspects of the SMART goals. But yeah, you just break your long-term goal, break it up in smaller goals, and you can break each one of those up. So hopefully that all makes sense a little bit. I think I got a little convoluted there, but that's simply the idea, is take your long-term goals, because you want to keep that vision. You want to keep where it is you're going in mind. You want to do that long-term place. But at the same time, you need steps in between to get there. It's like anybody's done long distance like that. You don't look at the 10 miles you got to go. It's to the next tree. It's either 1 mile at a time. If you're jogging outside, it's okay, it's next to the next tree, it's next to the next phone pole, whatever it is, you got little bits at a time, so it breaks up. That's the general idea of doing short-term goals. And find out what works for you. All right, so hopefully that's kind of gives you a nice general idea of what you want to do for short-term goals, and if you can do this once a week, whatever works for you. Like with I have clients, if I do one-on-one coaching, we meet once a week, so we're going to have goals we plan for there. We check in for the week to see how things worked out. Make adjustments as needed. So hope it gives you an idea. So we'll continue the progression of what you want to do for a start to work on balancing your triad. So those are the steps. So we are right now on your short-term goals. Let me know your thoughts on that. Take care. We'll catch you next time. So take care and balance into you. Bye-bye.